Hello and welcome to Courts This Week, where I take you through legal development across the country. The Supreme Court adjourned till August 10 the hearing on a batch of petitions challenging the University Grant Commission direction to hold final year exam by September 30. A bench directed that the parties should complete the pleadings by that time. Affidavits are to be filed by August 7. Though Advocate Alok Srivastava, appearing for 31 students, pressed for a stay of the notification in the light of the deadly floods in Assam and Bihar. To this, Justice Ashok Bhushan said that no interim orders can be passed at this stage. In this case, the centre on Friday informed the Supreme Court that Delhi, Punjab, Tripura, Karnataka and Maharashtra have not made timely payment of salaries to healthcare workers despite the centre's notification under National Disaster Management Act, which lays down strict penal action for non-payment. The bench told the centre to do the needful so as to ensure that the salaries to frontline healthcare workers battling COVID-19 are effectuated timely. The bench was hearing an IEA filed on behalf of United Residents and Doctors Association in a plea filed by Udaipur-based Dr. Arushi Jain seeking suitable accommodation and quarantine facilities for medical workers who are involved in treating of COVID-19 patients. In this case, the Supreme Court has reiterated that while computing motor accident compensation for the age group of 15 to 25 years, the multiplier has to be 18. Two recent Supreme Court judgments has modified the award of the tribunal on this ground. The total compensation as determined by the tribunal was somewhere about 25 lakhs, but on account of contributory negligence to the extent of 50%, it directed the insurer to pay only half of the said amount. To this, High Court upheld the tribunal's order, though Apex Court, through its justices, upheld the contributory negligence finding. It observed that the multiplier was applied at 13 while it should be 18, and second that the interest granted is of 6% with generally being of 9%. In this case, the Supreme Court observed that a memorandum family settlement is not required to be registered and is binding on the parties. A bench of Justice A.M. Khanvilkar and Dinesh Maheshwari in this regard referred to Kale and others versus Deputy Director of Consolidation and others 1976 case. The Supreme Court has observed that the charge against an accused for offence punishable under Indian Penal Code can continue, irrespective of the fact that sanction in respect of offence punishable under Prevention of Corruption Act is not forthcoming. The bench comprising Justice A.M. Khanvilkar, Dinesh Maheshwari and Sanjeev Khanna agreed with the view taken by Jharkhand High Court while dismissing a petition filed by an employee of Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. The next case in which Supreme Court has held that for proceeding against the director of a company for contravention of provisions of Foreign Exchange Regulatory Act, the necessary ingredient for proceeding shall be that at the time the offence was committed, the director was in charge of and was responsible to the company for the conduct of business of the company. The liability to be proceeded with for offence under Section 68 of FERA Act depends on the role one plays in the affairs of the company and not on the mere designation or status. In this case, the Reserve Bank of India has told the Supreme Court that it has not granted permission to WhatsApp to go live for full-scale operations on Unified Payment Interface System. The RBI further told the court that it concerned that WhatsApp was noting some payment data elements outside India beyond permitted timelines indicated in circular, and the frequently asked questions on the storage and payment system data issued by RBA on June 26, 2019, thereby stating that it was not to go live until all norms were met by the company. In this case, the Supreme Court on Monday reserved judgment on the issue of transfer of funds from PM Care Fund to NDRF for relief works in combating COVID-19 pandemic. A bench of Ashok Bhushan, R. Subhash Reddy and M.R. Shah was hearing the suo motu case pertaining to the plight of migrant workers amid coronavirus-induced lockdown. The bench also took up the plea by Centre for PIL filed by Advocate Prashant Bhushan, setting up of national COVID plan and lack of the same thereof, along with the issue of existence of PM care funds, while a NDRF was already in existence under the Disaster Management Act. That's all for this video. See you next time.